John McKinnon coming back at you with Hard Hat Cam at IFCEE 2024 in Dallas, Texas. I'm here at the Ideal booth with Nathan Matthews of Ideal. So Nathan, tell me a little bit what I'm looking at here.
This is a STELCOR Drilled Displacement Pile, John. It's just another unique deep foundation way to achieve higher loads with limited access.
Okay. So what kind of situations am I going to want to use this? Where's the Ideal STELCOR pile been successful?
Well, as you can see from our booth here, we can get into some pretty tight situations. One really successful job we recently had was in a refinery, oil refinery, where they didn't want to bring spoils out of the ground. We had 12, 15 feet of overhead access, and we had high loads. We had 200,000 pounds down, 100,000 pounds up, and 8,000 pounds laterally. So with this STELCOR gravity grouted system here, we get a good grout column around us with this steel core that stays in the ground, and we can resist some very high loads with some limited access equipment and machines.
So what kind of drive heads do you use on these?
So that we generally have our drive head match the torque rating of our pile shaft. We don't measure torque as a means of capacity like you would with a helical pile, but if we need to get at some denser material, this pile shaft here is rated for 60,000 foot-pounds. We'd probably do a 70,000 foot-pound drive head, something like that, just so we can maximize the depth of the auger that we get in the ground.
Yeah, and this is a pretty small machine you have this mounted on here, a small block. How big a machine can you use? Like, what kind of lengths of these can you get?
We do a lot of 20-footers. I talk about limited access and not disturbance and not bringing stuff out of the ground, but we have done some large windmill farms out in the middle of a field in Texas with huge excavators, Cat 320s and even bigger than that. So 20-foot sticks are very common, what we use when we don't have access issues.
Oh, well, that's really cool. I know I've certainly seen these around the market. What's new in the future for the STELCOR? Anything new?
Yeah, so we made an adjustment to it recently, a few years ago, in some soft squeezing clays, because oftentimes we're going through very weak, overburdens, loose sand, but clay specifically. We measure our grout column, our grout as it goes in, because we want to ensure that we're getting the grout column that we think we have with our design. So some soft squeezing clays, we weren't getting some of the grout take that we wanted. And what the gentleman with the patent did was he came up and he extended this thing up about 2 extra feet, and we call that a barrel form. And all this does, this displacement head and that softer stuff, it just keeps that hole open long enough so we get the good grout take that we want. We get the measurable grout take, and it's close to what our theoretical is.
That's some really cool information. Anything else you'd like to tell me about the STELCOR pile?
No, I mean, it's a great pile. It load tests well. We have a lot of data that we can share with contractors and engineers on it, different load tests we've done. It just provides that quick, unique installation that gets very high grout take and capacity.
Wow, well, it sounds like an ideal foundation solution. Thank you very much.